Hello, I'm Dr. Laura Murillo. We want to talk to you a little bit about Catholic Charities. You may be familiar with it. If not, today you're going to learn a little bit more from their president and CEO, Cynthia Colbert. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. This is great.
Absolutely. And thank you so much. Since you arrived in Houston, you got affiliated with the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. We have been relying on one another from day one, you stepping into your new role here. And we've seen tremendous opportunities, a lot of hard work from you and your team. And I know you all are doing some incredible work. So let's talk a little bit more about that.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for all of that you do and the Hispanic Chamber. We are proud to be affiliated and partner with you on many areas to benefit our community. Catholic Charities provide services that can help the members of the Hispanic Chamber and others in the community. I just want to mention a few. Our website is catholiccharities.org. So if anyone has questions about our programs, hours availability, how do you get an appointment, I would encourage anyone to visit that website. But just a few. So to help families, to strengthen families, we have a number of programs. So, for example, a food pantry. Let's say a family is having a little bit of trouble meeting their nutritional needs. So we have 3 pantries, one in Fort Bend County in Richmond at our Mamie George Community Center. We have one on Jensen Drive, and we have one in Galveston. So those pantries provide all kinds of great food, fresh vegetables and fruits. We have meat available, dairy products, eggs, and of course, canned goods and staples. So for any family that feels like, gosh, I just need a little bit of help this month or every month, please visit our food pantries. We also have counseling services. Listen, it is a world filled with anxiety today. And any of us could experience a traumatic experience. If you think that counseling will help you, we have behavioral health services that are all of them are licensed therapists. Very low cost. So if anyone would like to avail themselves of those services, counseling services there. Well, housing, very, very important. We know that not much can happen for a family unless stable housing is achieved. So we not only provide emergency rent and utility assistance, but we help others get stably housed. So our housing programs are critical. And of course, we're always advocating for more affordable housing in the Houston region. And then finally, I think one of the programs that will have benefited thousands of families and individuals in the Houston region is our St. Francis Cabrini Immigration Legal Services. And so if an individual is wanting to, listen, how do I become a citizen? I've been a permanent resident for many years. How do we become a citizen? We provide services, the full range of immigration legal services, help people understand the law, what legal relief they may qualify for. We provide those quality legal services. We have many attorneys on staff, and that's our St. Francis Cabrini Center. Those services are available to anyone in the community and especially for families that cannot afford private legal services. Those are just a few of the programs.
So many. And of course, when anything happens in our city, when it comes to assisting our families, you all are at the front of the line, providing those resources and making sure that people get the help that they need, often at no cost, sometimes on a sliding scale. It's very important work, as we know, as large as this city is, and the philanthropic community being so vested in making sure nonprofits thrive. We also know that their contributions of money, time, volunteerism play a big role because the needs are so many, Cynthia, and unfortunately, we still see a lot of poverty, even in a city like Houston. Talk to us about poverty. What are you all doing to support families that are still living in poverty?
Well, we all know that still families are affected by what happened at Hurricane Harvey. You know, homes, we just wrapped up Hurricane Harvey relief, believe it or not, 6 years later. In addition, we know that COVID, right? Many families had needs during that effect of COVID, and then just poverty, could be episodic. They lost their job. Their business isn't doing as well as it should or could. Other reasons that they had a major illness. So poverty, if we look at the Harris County, it's like 16.5%, double-digit numbers of people who live at or below the federal poverty level. Let me just put in that context. That's 30,000 for a family of four, it's considered in poverty. So if the wage earner in the family is making $7.25 per hour minimum wage, they're not going to make it, right? For housing and childcare and food and transportation and all those things. So Catholic Charities really works to help people with that hand up approach. So employment is one of the things that we work with many employers in the region to help people get our clients to get employed. And we work with them on preparing them for interviews, how their resume, and actually can accompany them on interviews, get them to an interview, and then follow up with those folks once they're actually employed. We want to make sure it's a positive and great experience for the employer and our client. So we follow up with the employer. How are things going? Anything we could do better? And also with the client to make sure it's successful placement. So employment is very important. And of course, the basic needs, which I've already mentioned, making sure people can get access to food and clothing and rent and utility assistance. But really, I think helping families in a holistic approach. We have a lot of services, and then we partner with many in the community. So what we do is work with a family, help them establish their goals for self-sufficiency, and then we work with them to achieve their goals and a vision for their families.
Well, that and so much more that you all do every day. So we thank you, Cynthia. We thank you and the whole team at Catholic Charities, and we appreciate you all the time, every day.